Live with Buckshot Billy.
Buckshot Billy.
Here he is.
All right, what's up, guys?
Happy Friday, Billy.
Happy Friday, guys.
It's another Friday and another day in paradise here at Marksman Firearms.
That's right. We're going to learn something today.
All right.
We're going to learn
Learn away.
something? Okay. So today we are talking LTC classes.
Okay. Do we want to know what LTC stands for? Because I get that a lot.
We do.
All right. LTC stands for License to Carry. It used to be called the CHL, or Concealed Handgun License. It's Texas's way to carry your firearm, your sidearm, your handgun with you whenever you go out in public to certain places.
Like what you're doing right now?
Well, I can do this now here because there's a provision in the law that says basically if I am in control of the building or presumed in control of the building, as long as it's private property, I can be in possession of a handgun openly. So it's definitely a little different, but it's basically the same idea.
Awesome.
All right. So, can I, if I'm in control of a building, can I carry like that, or do I have to be licensed?
Well, it's kind of it's like I say, it's kind of a weird deal. As long as it's private property, you've talked to the owner and gained consent, some things like that. You do have to have consent from the owner, and you do have to be someone who you would be considered presumed control of the building. But again, it's one of those deals. Most of the time, you're not going to have that consent unless you know the owner personally. Or in our case, the owner's like, you're carrying in my gun store or you're fired. So, no, he didn't say that. But no, it is, he did require that if you were on the sales floor, you do have a sidearm on you in some capacity. We want to make sure that our merchandise is protected, so that's how we have that presumed in control, because our owner tells us to be in control of the building.
Gotcha. Okay, so about the LTC classes, do you have them here at the store?
I don't actually have them here at the store. Currently, we don't have just the capacity to do so right now. We don't have, I barely have room to even just teach the classroom instruction portion. I definitely don't have a range on site.
Yes.
So
Not yet.
Yet, hopefully. So,
Well, but we will.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
So the range on site is definitely a big deal. I actually hold the classes at Winchester Shooting Gallery, which is a little north of us here on 820 in Lancaster, is where I hold the entirety of the class. You go from beginning to end.
And you do have classes this month, next month?
Yep. I hold them at least once a month. Right now, we're because our classes aren't on site, we do have demand for the class, but it's not a maxed out demand where I need to run them every week or anything like that. So I do run them once a month, and they do fill up. So, run them once a month. My next one's on August the 21st.
August the 21st.
All right, and we can find that on Facebook, on Marksman's site.
Anywhere
up here.
Anywhere we post things on social media, anywhere we have information on the internet, and yeah, absolutely call up here.
Okay. So
Hey, Billy, can you give us a phone number real quick for folks to call if they're watching?
Yeah,
and wanna
absolutely.
Sign up.
817-453-8680 is the shop line here. So just give us a holler. Any one of us that answer the phone, and we'll be able to set you up. You don't have to call and speak to me directly, but any one of us here can help set you up.
Awesome.
So is taking the class the way to get an LTC license, or can I get it some other way, like typing in stuff online?
Well, that's the way to get the Texas license. In order to get a Texas license, just a real quick, brief snapshot of how to get a Texas license. You have to apply for the license with the state, and then you have to actually come in and take the class, take the classroom proficiency and the shooting proficiency from a licensed instructor. That's the twofold way to do it.
Right.
That's the Texas license. There's several other states that allow you to do online things of that nature, but
That scares me.
Yeah, I actually don't recommend that for two reasons. Number one, you're not getting the right kind of training because you're not getting the laws of your state. You're getting the laws for some other state. And then number two, most of the time, I'm saying here within the next 5 years or so, all of the states that have a license agreement are going to require that you have to be a resident of the state with which you have the license. So if you happen to have like a Utah license, this is one of the most popular ones you can get online. Unless you're a Utah resident, that's not a valid license. So that's actually what they're starting to. That's the theme that a lot of states are starting to go to.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. So what do I need to bring when I come to an LTC class, and what kind of gun can I use to qualify for my license?
So basically, all you need to bring is yourself, a willing mind, a gun, and 50 rounds of ammo. Because we do it at a range, they do have a very nice facility there. If you don't have your own firearm yet, you can rent from them and purchase your ammo through them. That's one of their requirements. If you rent their firearm, you use their ammo. But yeah, you basically just have to bring your gun, bring your ammo, bring your willing mind and body.
And I know they've shortened the class in the last year or so. How long is the class?
Yeah, a couple of years back they shortened it. the class doesn't feel any shorter because it still takes a while to get through all the information. But I have to be giving classroom instruction for a minimum of 4 to a maximum of 6 hours. So that's just classroom instruction. That doesn't count going out and shooting. That doesn't count taking the test. That doesn't count lunch. That doesn't count breaks or any of those other things. So, yeah, it's still almost an 8-hour day,
Yeah.
even with that.
What's the accuracy of my target for me to pass that?
So
shooting
it's
test?
50 rounds fired. You have a maximum of 5 points per round fired. So you have to shoot a 70%, which is a 175 out of 250.
All right.
Perfect.
As a licensed instructor, I had to shoot a 90%, and I actually have to shoot with 2 different firearms. You can shoot as just a regular license holder. You can shoot with either a semi-auto or a revolver, but as an instructor, I have to shoot with both, and I had to score a 90% on both. I couldn't score like an 89% on one and then a 91 on the other and pass that way. No, it had to be at least 90 on both.
You know what that made me think of? So it used to be called a concealed handgun license, and now it's just license to carry. So do you still have to use a handgun for the test?
Right, that's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
They should
Gotta
call
use-
it that then.
Well, they should call it that, but it's licensed to carry any handgun. So that's the bit.
Okay. All right. So before we wrap this up, we're going to give our Facebook friends a present.
Okay. I like presents. Do I get a present too?
No, you're giving them the present.
All right. Giving
Yeah.
just as good as receiving.
Okay,
let's do it.
so if you call up here to sign up for an LTC class and you ask for the Buckshot Billy special,
Yep.
you're going to get the class for $60.
Awesome.
$60. And what does it regularly go for, Billy?
That class is normally a $125 class.
Half
Billy,
price.
you were
Over
so
half price.
generous.
Over half price.
Over half,
Billy,
yeah.
on behalf of our friends, thank you for that
Absolutely.
generous offer. That's so nice. So,
You're not going to get that anywhere else. Only if you're watching this video. It won't be posted anywhere else. So take advantage of that. There's
Yeah, and we cut, and there's no extra fees involved for the class. You know, a lot of places will charge you, 80 or $100 for the class, but then you still got to pay for the range fees or whatever. Unless you're renting a handgun from them, there's no other fees. There's no classroom rental. There's no range fee. There's no nothing. All of that's included in the cost of the class.
Hey, and real quick, we got a question in from Adam Montgomery. He says, "Where are you located? Can you give him our address, Billy?"
Oh, our address here at the shop
Yes.
is 8100 Rendon Bloodworth, Mansfield, Texas 76063. If you're familiar with the Mansfield area, the Debbie Lane 287 157 little triangle corridor there, just head west on Debbie Lane or 1187, however you know it. Just head west about 3 or 4 miles, cross over the train tracks, and you'll see our shop on the left. There's a big black highway sign that says guns on it. So
Awesome.
yeah, and your address is on that little road, but we're sitting on the big
Yeah.
1187,
Right,
so you
right.
really can't miss us with our gun sign and
Yeah.
and all that. Well, thanks again, Billy.
Awesome.
And man, I wish I didn't have mine because I love a good bargain, so
I
I
know
would
it.
have signed up for
Yeah,
that, the
it's a good
Buckshot
deal.
Billy special.
Awesome. Well, and again, Adam, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you out here. And again, ask for Buckshot Billy. He can help you out, or any of our great
Absolutely.
salesmen here. So, Billy, awesome man.
All
Thanks
right.
thanks
Thanks,
again,
guys.
and thanks Facebook. We'll see you next week.
Adios.